Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Best Life and Beyond. We're having a little couch chat.
Yes, we did this a few weeks ago, I think it was, and a lot of you messaged us and said you really enjoyed it. So we're doing it again. I think it's a good way to catch up, especially when we aren't able to do our live streams. And before we get started, if you haven't yet, please take a second to subscribe to our channel so you can come and hang out with us all the time. All right, so we did a video about 2 or 3 days ago. We were at the park and whatnot, and we talked about how we had some travel updates. So that's kind of the first thing we're going to talk about because, again, can't assume every single person sees every single video.
That's true.
So first things...
Pixar Charlie.
Yeah, we're looking at you. Talk to you about that.
This is a test.
Yeah. If he's really watching you guys, we're going to find out.
Then send me a DM right now related to Smokey and the Bandit, and I'll know that you watched this video. Otherwise, and you know what, you might luck out because we tend to send each other those types of things all the time. So he might just fall right into that one. Who knows? I don't know.
Speaking of Pixar Charlie, did you see how he made your sticker into a magnet? If anybody
I hope
sees
you guys
that.
saw that on the Instagram there. He turned my sticker into a magnet.
And it looked really cool.
Genius.
Way to go, Charlie.
Gosh.
We're hoping that we can get together with him in the next couple of weeks. So fingers crossed that works out. You know how life is with friends and family. It's just a busy season of life for a lot of people. Okay, but speaking of busy, like I said, we talked about how some travel updates have kind of changed. And ironically, the last video that we did like this on the couch, we said we're doing Rhoda's Where the Vlog Is, and we're doing it in June. Well, that ended up having to change.
Yeah.
So there was just, without going into too much detail, within our personal life, nothing bad, but it just couldn't happen. We've just been too busy, too much going on.
But we were able to kind of like push it to July.
Yeah. So as of right now, we're good with July.
Yeah.
And it couldn't come
Road is still where the vlog is. Don't worry.
It couldn't come at a better time because I think I said it in the other video. Yeah. I am missing just parts of seeing new things. Like I'm missing parts of California, and in general, we're going to try to do a little bit more California stuff. So that's why I'm like, if I can just find a way to like squeeze it in to maybe make it to Central California some way, that would be super cool. She just wants to get back
to the antique store at Cayucos. That's all it is.
Listen, really. I also have some Olali berry. Is it Olali berry? Yeah.
I believe so.
It's that jam that we got. I got a tiny little jar.
Was that Cambria?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, tiny jar. This big, you guys. This big. You probably, if you didn't watch that video, go watch it.
Did you finally exhaust it?
Almost. That's what I'm saying. Like, this couldn't come at a better time. And I keep thinking about the chicken Caesar wrap that I had. There's stuff I wanted to do in Monterey. So I'm just missing Central California. I feel like, and the people were so great, even as far north as we got. I'm telling you.
We lucked out into a really nice time of the year window, I should say, because our winter, well, you know, our winter, but normally would have still been happening when we were doing those trips up to the Central Coast. It was an early spring and we lucked out, but you know, the kids were still in school and everything was still like kind of
mellow.
It was mellow. It really was. And like, you know, shortly after that, it started getting, you know, crowded like it does because it's awesome. You know, you can't blame people for going up there. But yeah, we hit that perfect little time.
Such a good window.
And there was that weird heat wave for part of it, you know. So
yeah. So the thing is, July, June, July, and maybe the beginning of August, it's like peak season. So everything's booked. Like that's a big part of this whole thing is like there was a lot we couldn't do because things are booked up. And I think where we have a little bit more opportunity to travel a little bit more often because of this channel and all of you who watch, we're kind of like during those peak seasons, it's, you know, when it's all, we're kind of like, you know, we'll wait and we'll chill or we'll squeeze in when there's a little lull. Yeah, with certain things.
For instance, like what she means is like Yosemite. Yeah. There's kind of a cutoff.
Yep.
And then, you know, towards the fall, it starts to open up again before, you know, it's the transition seasons. And so certain things like that, like we're not going to go near well, we'll go near it probably, but like we're not going to go to Yosemite like, you know, in the height of the season because it's when it's most crowded and it's just not.
And also that does make it like, to be fair, when you talk about Yosemite, I think I posted about this on Instagram. It makes it so like not enjoyable because you can't really be in touch with the nature as much. It
takes away from it. And there's always crowds in Yosemite because it's unbelievable. But at a certain point, like she's saying, it will start to outweigh the experience of like why you go there. You're like, I could be around this many people if I just went to Disneyland. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's not why I came up here. But some people, they have no choice and they have to go at that time. Maybe they're here, you know, on holiday from Europe or something, and that's the time they get to go.
Yep.
And, you know, I get that. But
so like, why would we add to that? You know what I mean? Like, it's not when we have a little bit more freedom for certain things, you know.
Let the summer holiday folks have it because that's all they have.
Right.
You know, let us weirdos go, and we'll go when it's mellow and, you know, stand there and vlog and be annoying and all that stuff.
We try really hard not to be annoying.
No, we don't. We're not.
We're not. I know you're just joking, but I do think about that a lot. It is something that, you know, when we're out filming and whatnot, we're always trying to be so conscientious of like not ruining people's experience, you know, and
especially if it's nature related.
Oh yeah.
Because like we said, that's the whole idea. And, you know, we don't want that. We usually really try to kind of hide out when we do that kind of stuff and then film like anybody else, the POV stuff, because everybody's filming with their phones. We're just filming sideways. And nobody really, I don't think anybody really pays attention to that much.
Not as much, no. But yeah, that has been the like covert thing to do is we'll film on our phone a lot. And that way you kind of blend in a little bit better. You don't stand out. We love using our, what is this called again?
Our Pocket 3 DJI Osmo.
Wow.
It's still, it's still, people still are not used to seeing the Osmo because it looks like a little stick.
It's weird.
The way you hold it, you know, I had to get used to it. It's bizarre. But so people still kind of go, whoa, what is that? And it conjures that kind of reaction sometimes where a phone, nobody even
thinks twice. They don't
blink because everybody
Doesn't that trip you out though, that there was a time when like we didn't have cell phones, nobody filmed anything. It was all just... You know, or they did, but it was like a camcorder. Like my parents, they filmed everything. Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of that old, like camcorder stuff, but it would have been cool to have had access to a camera a lot. I was one of those people who took a lot of photos, and I wasn't necessarily like a photographer, but like I used to buy those little throwaway cameras all the time. And I took pictures a lot because those were available. Thank goodness for those, because I think otherwise I wouldn't have. And then at some point I bought a 35 millimeter
digital
like an actual like camera with like a Canon. I think it was a Canon.
That's what I did too, but it was
at Costco, little package, and I still have it. It's in the closet back here.
Okay.
You put film in it and get it processed and all that stuff. That was short lived, and then digital came in.
That's where I was. It was like for me, high school. The later years of high school, we all had digital like little cameras, but it's still, I guess, and like I had a pink one, and it was so cute.
Yeah,
and
it's a point and shoot for sure.
My mom got it for me, and I remember though, like you would go out with your friends. Comment below if you were in my generation, you remember doing that, and then
megapixel.
And then you remember in the morning, you would wake up and like maybe like the next day or like throughout that week, people would like upload like 170 photos from the weekend. You didn't get to approve them. It was like, if you looked bad, you looked bad. Like that was just it. But they were just wild. And it was like, you put it on your MySpace. And MySpace. It wasn't Facebook. I mean, Facebook did come in later. And I remember making that shift and going like, I'm a Facebook person.
And then good luck trying to put a video on there.
I think you did, but they were just really...
You had to like kind of know how to code almost. Like,
for Facebook or for MySpace, you had to make your profile look like if you wanted pink hearts, if you wanted to have a song. I think the songs were easier to add.
How do they do that? They don't offer.
Oh no, we had to like literally code.
Yeah,
it was crazy, but it was so easy. I don't know why. The technology was technically worse, right? But it was way easier. I miss that age. If I could go back to that, even though our platform platform is YouTube and all that.
Yeah.
I still miss those days a lot. You know what I mean?
The dial-up sound.
Yeah.
Like the dial-up sound was really interesting because there was like this anticipation with it, like it's working.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
But then there was also times when it would go through that sequence of all those weird sounds and it would get to the connection thing and then it would drop and he would, and it was like, so it was nice when it would go and it would go into this white noise sound and then,
I remember we had our family computer in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like kind of the kitchen dining room
That's
area.
where mine was too.
Yeah. And it was like, I think life was a little bit better when we didn't have smartphones.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of people, like I appreciate that there's safety features. I appreciate that, but I don't know. I feel like life was a little bit
there's a few,
better.
There's a few things that are,
well, they
the
say
pros
like
and cons are, it's an interesting weight of pros and cons with that because it was simpler and
they say that we aren't built for like having this much like waking up and knowing what 100 people are thinking about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's the like overwhelming
human bandwidth issue.
And we wonder why we're all like burnt out. Like not everybody, but a lot of us are kind of burnt out or really like detached a little bit.
Do I really need to see, every skateboarding clip from around the world from the last, 6 months or whatever?
Yeah.
Like how the algorithm starts feeding you like just, and for me, I go back to, I would buy like Thrasher magazine, Surfer magazine. I'd buy those things all the time to keep up with what was going on. And then videos were like, they took a lot longer to make, but you would see clips in the magazines and then the videos would come out later and you're like, oh, whoa, there's that barrel from,
right.
that still shot that made the cover or whatever. And so the way that information, it took a lot longer for information to get to you. So I feel like it cultivated more. It had time to like,
simmer.
Yeah. So I don't know. And now it's just like, it's so easy to go, oh, check out the wedge footage from last week and then be done with it in 30 seconds and move on to something else and never think about it again. Whereas like that occupied my mind, even this last week, it occupied my mind. It still does today.
No, he's not lying there, folks.
Because I'm old school. So it's still, for me, it's like an event like that. Even if I had just gone and not filmed it, I'd still be talking about it and like, oh man, and waiting for the photos to come out in Surfer magazine because they're going to come out because I saw photographers there and whatever. It's just, it's changed a bit, but there's a lot of good stuff too.
Let us know. What are your thoughts on it? Do you feel
pros
like
and cons?
Yeah, give us your best take. But now, again, like I said, even though we got kind of sidetracked, we did announce that we have to switch our Road is Where the Vlog Is plans.
Yeah.
Okay, so number one. But number two, I was able to squeeze in a Vegas vacation. So it is official, folks. It is happening. It is on the calendar.
A full Clark Griswold style. When she said Vegas vacation, I immediately was like...
I didn't even go there. I love it.
No, my brain immediately was like, when he leaves the breakfast table...
The milk, though, and when he's putting... That milk you're drinking is, what did he say, like 100 years old or something?
Oh, no, I was already at the casino.
I wasn't there yet.
They're at the table eating breakfast, and he's like, honey, I'll be right back. And he's like, goes and gambles, and loses.
Oh, that one at the Mirage.
Yeah, just the look on his face when he leaves.
I just said Mirage. I meant Mirage.
I mean, it's spelled like that. For some reason but
I was picturing when he says we're going to Vegas, but I remember when they're sitting at the kitchen table in the morning and he's like, they're eating the cookie. And then he's like, but the way he opens and pours out the milk, it's just a disaster and just disgusting. And he's like,
tries to drink it to justify it like it's normal.
And he's like, yeah. But I don't know why that made me laugh when out of all the vacation movies, that's my favorite one. And it could be because I grew up going to Vegas.
You have a real attachment.
That was like my parents had this rotation and we kind of do it even. And so I see why they did it. But they brought us to Vegas, Lake Tahoe. And those were like the two major things. We did Tahoe every summer. We did Vegas like 2 or 3 times a year. And again, remember, I was born in 1987. So I grew up right in that era where Vegas was family friendly.
Yeah, tell me you live in SoCal without telling me you grew up or lived in SoCal.
Yep. Well, yeah, if you live in SoCal, you in Orange County specifically, you had a Disneyland pass.
Yeah.
You went to Las Vegas, and but a lot of beach and a lot of Tahoe. Like
or Mammoth. It depends. There's two different approaches.
I feel like we for some reason we did not do Mammoth at all. The first time I went to Mammoth was with you.
You guys weren't snow sports people.
No.
You were just going to enjoy it. So Mammoth at that time really too.
Yeah.
And in the 70s was really focused purely on the skiing and the snowboarding and stuff like that. It's gotten more and more resorty over the years.
Wow, I can't even. Yeah, I still have no. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't ever try skiing or something, but for how it seems to me, and I'm just going to be honest with you, it seems like a hassle, like so much of a hassle with the gear and the. I'm not saying I wouldn't try it, but I also don't want to get on a chairlift. I don't like dangling from heights. Yeah. So there's really not a lot that to go wee.
Yeah, it's what you deem as a hassle is also just part of the preparation. It's like you could say the same thing about scuba diving or mountain climbing or anything where
all those things are.
There's a lot of gear involved. Yep. And I get it because there was a time when the kite surfing started happening.
Oh dear.
It was really cool because, it would be really windy and we'd be like, man, there's nothing to do. We can't surf. But you'd see these dudes with the kites ripping around and just all day long. I looked into it and it was just a lot of gear. And it became like you needed to understand like how to sail.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like you had to understand wind and currents and all these things. And then little ropes and knots and hooks and like so much little stuff that like you would have to check each time and like lines getting tangled and harnesses and I just was like, I just want to surf, dude. I just want to paddle out.
And see, that's a good point though. To me, it feels like that. Yeah. Whereas like surfing, especially for me, I'm not intimidated by it because I'm really comfortable in the water. Yeah. No problem with that. I also try to be very respectful of the ocean, and I know the dangers of it. Because the most in surfing is
putting on a wetsuit. That's
what I'm saying. Like putting on a wetsuit, making sure you have sun protection on. Yeah. At the most, making sure your feet, you don't step on a stingray.
Listen, I think people make the efforts because the result is very sweet. And when it's like one of those things, when you wake up early to go do something and it hurts and you're like, oh, why did I do this? But then
the reward,
when you're the reward, you're like, I'm so glad I did this. And you don't even question the method to getting there of being all tired. It's the same thing with snowboarding and getting up early and getting all the gear. And when it's snowing and uncomfortable because the snow is so good and you score this powder that is very, it's not all the time. And I think that's what makes it so great. It's a brief thing.
Right.
And so same thing with surfing. It's good in the morning. Then it starts to get blown out usually most of the time, give or take when it's offshore and it's nice all day. So you get it and you're good and then whatever.
And I respect that people.
That's why people they do
like
it. That's why they want it.
I love that people go out and do things that like that and make that effort. But I will say, like, if I have to go through all that effort, I would do it for the water. I'm just not. Snow is not my like. I like watching it fall down. I like drinking hot cocoa, looking at snow.
The funny thing with me is, I was powder hound for years, and I still love all that stuff. But I started to like the springtime more when the snow had already fallen. There was a ton of it, and it's warm out, and you can just wear a sweatshirt or a thin jacket.
Yeah.
So there's not that much gear involved. The most gear is your boots and your board.
One of our friends is doing that right now. Hold on. Who is it? Big Timber Films.
Yeah, up at Mount Hood, right?
Yeah, I just saw his Instagram story. I'm like, go.
Yeah, you can go ride the glaciers in the summertime.
Right, yeah, sweatshirt.
Up at Mount Hood, yeah. And so that, to me, you're having to sacrifice the snow condition. It's sloppy and wet, and there's a lot of pine tar sometimes, so it's slow. Anyways, there's something about it that's like so easy and to where, I'm going to go ride a couple laps up there in the morning, and then I'm going to mountain bike, and then I'm going to go out to the lake, and then I'm going to, play golf at sunset.
Like, there's more to,
whereas in the wintertime, it's like snowboard, that's it. The days are short. So you got to get up early,
right?
Get out there, do your thing. And by the time you're done, it's getting dark and shut it down. So I guess I just, in getting older, I'm just more of like, I want everything. You know?
Well, you're like, if I'm going to make the effort to go up to the mountains or whatever,
if I
want to be able to do more.
If I can get that and a bunch of other things and sacrifice that I have to be there when it's dumping and
Well, plus that, I think you also have this lovely gal, and I need to be entertained. I'm just kidding. Well, I like to do the hiking. I like to do all that other stuff. I just don't. I'll watch you though.
It's
not for me.
It's the same thing with surfing. I think it became that too, where, I'm not trying to find the biggest, best or whatever. I want to I like the in-between days when nobody's really focused on it. Nobody's really paying attention too much. And it's like 2-3 foot. And like sometimes occasional 4-footer comes through or something, like, that's what I'm into.
Which, speaking of, we did get a good comment the other day where somebody said, please tell me you're like going to show more of your surfing journey, because last year it ended abruptly. And I don't know if we talked about it in our last video like this, but we actually have been working on it behind the scenes, because believe it or not, I know it seems like you could just jump in the water and just
it used to be
in shape again. Yeah. But you can't, like, you just can't. So we are exercising, doing some injury prevention, doing all the things that you need to do. But then we are actually, fingers crossed, hopefully going to get back into the water and starting to do some more,
like a rhythm of it.
Yeah, pretty soon. Like that's our goal, and you have to have a goal. I think that's a good thing
somewhere.
So
that's the thing. And once this swell event has kind of finally started to mellow out,
and the king tides,
and there's still swell though. There's another south right now. It's happening, man. Like today's solid at the wedge. But just getting back in the flow of it, even if it's like one of those things where we got to wake up at 4:30, go down there and surf for an hour, and then come home, and then be home by 9 or 10. And like,
but little bits though, it's the way to get back to it,
because I got spoiled living there. I didn't have to do that. I could wake up and roll out of my bed and like, if it was 6 a.m. and it was good or whatever, I could throw a wetsuit on and I'm half asleep walking down the beach, The
hardest part was if it was high tide, which that did happen a lot.
Yeah,
in
if
Malibu.
it was high tide and I couldn't get down to the spot because I had to walk
for some reason in the summer in Malibu where we were, it was very much a high tide a lot through summer.
The cycle there is weird like that, and we don't have a lot of beach there.
It's a wet beach.
Yeah, and so you don't get those really extreme low tide minus whatever where it's like just so much.
And when we do, it's winter. It would be winter. So, and by the way, there is no updates for that, so I know that will come up. But speaking of seasons, I don't know if you guys saw this, because we do cover a lot of like, home, and we do shopping and we do stuff like that. Did you see that there's Halloween in some stores already?
That's what you told me.
It's not even 4th of July. It's not even 4th of July.
What's funny though? It's weird. It popped in my head because I'm so conditioned now, because it does pop up in summer, that like I'm still kind of grasping that it's summer. I'm kind of going, oh yeah,
me
it's
too.
Summer.
I feel the same way.
And so when I'm in summer now, I go, oh, I know what the next thing is. And I'm kind of like, there's days when it feels like it, like, because fall is summer coming to an end, you know what I mean? And so when these hot days, I'm like, whoa, like, is it already like, I thought about it already. I thought about it. I was like, we talked about it a little briefly, but yeah.
Yeah, so. It's pretty crazy. I don't remember what store it was. I want to say maybe it was like Hobby Lobby, and we don't cover Hobby Lobby a lot anyway. Yeah. And I'm also not about to like bring, as much as I love fall, I love every season for its own thing. Like I really get into winter and Christmas. I love Christmas so much. I love fall and I love Halloween. I love summer and I love the 4th of July. So, I mean, what am I missing? Oh yeah, spring, Easter, love it. So I just get really into it. But point is, as far as I was looking at that, I'm thinking, okay, August, I can sort of get with it.
Yeah.
Because August, you know, by that point, I'm kind of over it a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like June and July, I'm really into summer. Like, I'm feeling the summer. June and July, I'm doing that. Now we have America's 250th, so it's making 4th of July even more awesome.
Yeah.
We even have some patriotic bunting in our house. You saw it. You saw it when we went to Walmart.
That's very cool.
But like August, I'm okay with sprinkling in some Halloween as it trickles in. What about you?
August is fine.
Yeah.
July, no.
July, it's too far.
Well, it's like let summer be summer and let, you know what I mean? That's like the heart of it, really.
And celebrate the seasons of, you know?
Because once you hit August, it's you know, the end of summer. And it's like weird how that is because it's like.
What else is in August that's really great, though? I feel like there's something else. I just can't put my finger on it, though.
I'll let you guys figure it out. I think it's pretty obvious.
It's a season for a certain Leos. Oh my gosh, I think I got something in my throat. It's pretty great. But also, speaking of that, though, we are going to do our summer trip to Vegas. Like I said, the Conservatory. Did you see?
I guess technically it's our summer. The summer tour.
It's the summer trip. Well, basically, we try to go with each conservatory. What is there? 5 different.
There's 5
seasons of it.
Yeah,
and we're gonna.
What's the 5th? Because there's like 4 seasons.
There's Lunar New Year.
Lunar New Year's the added one at the top.
Yeah, so we have Lunar New Year, summer. Yeah, and this summer, sometimes I watch it like as a spoiler.
Yeah, we watched the
setup.
The live feed. They have a camera perched up in the corner that overlooks the whole thing.
And we put it on our last video when we went, right? For, what was it, spring maybe? I don't know.
And we have clips from this one.
Yeah, we did it. And somebody did remind us, by the way, in the comments. So thank you. Shout out to whoever you are. I can't remember at this moment.
Oh, we got to turn that on. And it was almost done. It was pretty, I mean.
It was the last 3 days.
Yeah, it was 3/4 of the way done at that point when we saw it, or even more maybe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot. I saw in Vegas, we were talking about this. We had a Zoom call with our patrons. We were talking about how it's 107, 108, 109, 108. We were like,
yeah,
I can't believe it. I hope that like maybe it's just like 95 when we're there.
Our buddy Mark at the other me was doing his live stream on Fremont and
melting.
It's 107. I think it was yesterday, and then there's a bounce. There's a window on a building that points down where he sits. The D-ray as you know what I mean. But I don't know. So I don't know how he does it. By the way, shout out to you, Mark.
Speaking of Mark, we were listen. What a wild Friday night Spence and I had.
Yeah.
We were. We're still laughing about it. It makes my eyes water too.
I know.
Why are we like that? Where our eyes water when we laugh so much? Like, what is that about us?
I don't know.
We're weird. Anyway, our wild Friday night, I threw some of those freezer cookies, threw those in the oven, and we watched his live stream on Fremont, and we were jamming. Like absolutely jamming to the music because it was
the Tony Marquez band.
That's what it is.
Which plays a lot, and Mark, I think he's worked with them and stuff too, but he knows those guys. And one of the bands that plays, on Fremont. There's a bunch of bands that play at different stages and stuff, but where Mark sets up, there's those guys play, and they do a lot of rock and country rock and all the tunes that everybody knows, and so you see everybody in the crowd dancing and having a good time and everything.
We were vibing with it. And I like it because honestly, sometimes Fremont, it's a little too smoky for me. And it's a little too, I don't know. It's a little too much for me to physically handle. And then we usually have Greta with us.
Yeah.
Not really the best play. I don't even think you can.
Really
I don't know.
loud. The thing that is crazy.
Oh, yeah. The loudness.
Like I literally bring earplugs and be like, okay, now I can walk through here. And you'd still hear everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the years of doing it in studios and stuff, and then I haven't been, doing like live music shows in a long time.
Right.
I don't know. It just seems like the decibel there is a little. It's
so intense.
You can't talk to each other, and I'm talking just the music that's being piped in. The last time we were there, we were like it was so hard to walk through. And we were talking about, where do you want to go? Do you want to go here or whatever? What? Do you want to? Do you want to go to Circa? What? And was like, I can't hear you. Hold on, come over here. And
so I think we have to go like during the day.
And then somebody would blow a big plume of smoke and hit Katie, and she'd be like, oh, ah.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't handle this.
Take off, and I'd go chasing her down. I'm like, I thought we were going over to whatever. I can't handle that smell. And I'm like, I know, but like, what? And then and so we were like, we got to get out of here. It was just like chaos the whole time. And we didn't even make it to like the halfway point. We doubled back over to the plaza, ran back to our bubble crafts machine.
It looks beautiful though. I love it.
No,
I love it, but I don't.
Is awesome. It's just hard to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But you're so right. Like when the smoke gets me, so my eyes can't stop watering. The smoke, I can't handle the smoke. The smell of, you know what I'm talking about. That smell makes me so nauseated. This is why I'm straight edge. I'm telling you, so I couldn't even partake.
It
doesn't bother anybody, it seems. It bothers me though. Am I the weirdo?
I think there's more people that are bothered by it that don't say anything. Because I had a friend who just went to New York, or a mutual friend.
Oh, yes.
And he had never been. And I said, oh, yeah, what'd you think? And he goes, well, aside from, the smell of weed everywhere, it was great. And I said, oh, yeah, I guess, it's like, that's what Vegas is like now, kind of. Any of those party towns, I'm sure if you go to New Orleans, you go to like,
wherever.
I bet you it's,
but yeah, it's just, there's parts of Vegas where I don't really get it a lot. So I'm okay. And I think that might be why we like Park MGM so much.
Yeah,
it's completely smoke free.
Remember that time we were at that restaurant at, I forget is it Planet Hollywood, or it was one of the Wolfgang restaurants or something.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay.
It was a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. And
the new burger one.
It's gone now. It's the one that was
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It was like a pasta restaurant. And remember we had a copyright thing because on the TV at the bar was like an NFL game.
Oh, yes, it was Wolfgang. Okay. Mandalay Bay.
That was at Mandalay. Okay.
Yes.
And the, where that restaurant was located, I think there was a big exit door or something.
Yeah. It was kind of near where the golf is now.
And somebody was, burning a giant tree. I mean, it was like all of a sudden we're in the restaurant. I'm not kidding. And the whole restaurant was like, whoa. As the guy next to us at the table, there was a couple and they looked at us and went, whoa. Like, and nobody was like, whoa, what does that smell? It wasn't like that. Everybody knew. Everybody was like most people were cool with it, but they were kind of like, damn, that's a lot, dude. Like is Snoop Dogg over here or something? Like what? Like, even me, who's like, I'm completely tolerant. I don't care.
You used to work with Snoop Dogg and you would smell that, or Willie Nelson or
I grew up with all that stuff. Anyways, but my point is, I was even like, damn. I think even Snoop would have gone like, whoa, man, like what's going on? Like,
I forgot. That was also another thing that took us back, is because that was kind of during the pandemic.
On top of that.
And so you were kind of already like really hyper, like a little bit at the time. Yeah,
smelling things and like, all that stuff was really like,
it was jarring.
It had you panicky and stuff. Yeah, I remember that.
They also, by the way, so one thing we're really excited about is the In-N-Out.
Yeah.
We want to check that out. Yep. That's definitely on the list.
World's largest In-N-Out burger.
I want to see Vanderpump, the new hotel. Definitely want to try and check that out. Obviously the Conservatory.
3 things.
And then Bubble Craps. 4
things.
We've saved up some money, you guys.
And a fifth thing.
What?
The new games.
Oh gosh. See, I don't care about those as much.
You didn't care about Bubble Craps either. I remember a time.
I can win on Bubble Craps.
I remember a time when Katie was like, I don't even know what you're doing. I'm going to go here. And
so you corrupted me.
I did.
In more ways than one.
But no, there's a bunch of new games.
Bad.
Okay. Wait, why are you hitting me? Bunch of new games, like video game style. Not all of them. There's one that's like a vertical roulette. There's a UFO one. There's the battleship one. They're kind of cool. The odds are probably terrible. I would imagine that these are the answer to Bubble Craps, because I know Bubble Craps aren't great for casinos. They're kind of like, we don't really
They don't have as much
They
advantage.
don't give you points.
See, that's why I like craps.
They don't even give you points on your card for those. Because the advantage is not great for them, and they get kind of buried on those things a lot. So these new games, I think, are an answer where those companies are like, hey, we'll make you some games that favor the house a little more, and they're really fun. And gambling's changing a lot from what we've heard in the industry. Where it is that the new kids aren't gambling as much.
Oh boy,
they're not indulging in the old vices that we used to indulge in, and probably smarter for it. But they're finding a way to bring them back in by creating these new games. I think because they are fun looking, and like they put it in at Cosmo the first time, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of a younger, hipper type of place. It's not,
Oh, I want to go to the Arts District. When you said hip, I was like, oh, I'm hip.
Arts District
as
well.
Go to the Arts District. Yeah. I love the best food.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
Definitely. By the way, I do want to say with it being summer, how's it going in the garage?
Oh, man. The garage was going great. I just thought about this yesterday. I was kind of upset because I had, I'd made so much ground. And then yesterday I barely get through there at one point. And I was really hot and I was frustrated and I was trying to do something. And it was like, I was like, man, made me want to stop and do it right then. Like, I'm that kind of person where I'm like, okay, I'm cleaning this right now.
Yeah.
Like if I can't get by because I'm going to go to do something in the backyard, that'll wait because I'm going to clean this right now. Like I'm a psycho like that. So.
And then I'll try and tackle the backyard a little bit. And by the way, I do want to tell you, I still don't feel it's presentable for camera. Like I'm straight up embarrassed, like how bad the garden got. But oddly, the beefsteak, for some reason, that's stupid. You really went and pruned the heck out of and he took off. Do you guys remember how our planter there, we basically built like a makeshift, like almost like it looks like a goalpost to try and keep all the rodents and stuff out.
We had to build a cage.
Yeah, a cage.
Basically, like it was
you
a cage
disassembled
match.
that.
Yeah, well, one of them.
Yeah,
we had two of them. We had one made out of wood that's still there, and then we had one made out of PVC because that was an add-on. Oh man, I don't want to sneeze. Speaking of the garden, I'm getting like allergy. Hold on. It's not going to happen. You ever hold back a sneeze? Feel good about yourself like that? I do.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Okay. So, I dismantled the PVC one, and entangled in it was like the netting that we had to protect, right? And then the beefsteak tomato had grown through all the netting, and was still producing. I mean, like crazy.
We have a bowl of tomatoes.
A ton of tomatoes right now without trying. This is after we just gave up and walked away. And the thing was like, hey, by the way. And so I got all the tomatoes off there that I could. And all of them that were there. There were some green ones too. Mm-hmm. And trimmed back everything, got all that mesh out of there. And then and that plant was, it was vining all over the place. It was like 8 feet tall. And
it was huge. It was to the roof. And people had said that was going to happen too. Yeah. They commented, they're like, yo, do you guys realize that? But we just gave up. Anyway, the point is.
I cut it down to like 4 feet.
Yeah.
And like just a couple of shoots now, as opposed to like, the main stem area, I cut so many of them off.
The part they
were like that thick. It was crazy.
The part we have to fix though, besides just that whole back corner, you might see it because we actually have a backyard video that we shot in our backyard a little bit. You'll see that coming up. So you'll see it. We didn't focus on it, but you may see in the background.
Yeah, that's a good little teaser. You could see a little bit.
The destruction.
Yeah.
Well, it's a work in progress though. That whole back side of our yard though, we have to actually like fill it in with some dirt.
Yeah.
There's
a spot where there was a tree. So the tree was removed. And a lot of times what'll happen, a depression will occur from the lack of the root system in the tree and all that stuff there.
So yeah, we have a lot to do on the backyard, but I just don't want to film it when it looks like to this level of destruction. It's like,
I know.
And I'm not saying I need it to be perfect. I'm not going there, but I'm saying it's like, do you know, have you ever like really like purged your closet and like you just have, it looks like what went off in your room? That to me is kind of what it looks like. And it's like a little too, like I'm very rarely embarrassed, but I'm like, oh, Like, it's so bad.
Yeah. I mean, if I could pull it off in one time lapse, I'll show it and then cleaning it up. But if it's not going to happen in one time lapse.
No, because it's been kind of hot.
Yeah,
so it's like, how do you, I'm so glad it's going back to the 70s this week. I don't know how we made it through the high 80s. That was too much for me.
Yeah.
But although it can say high 80, but then it feels like it's 92 and I just can't do it. Like, I'm sorry about it. I can't. I'm not built for the heat to that level. Okay, so 4th of July is coming up.
Yeah.
We got to get ready for that. I'm hoping to kind of tie in some more like cooking and baking, which I want to say real quick, thank you to everybody once again. I know I said this the last time, but thank you for taking the time to tune into that and watch. I genuinely thought, and not that success on YouTube is just measured by views. There's a lot more analytics that you can't see behind the scenes. Yeah. But I thought those videos wouldn't even get 500 to 1,000 views. I really didn't think so. And what? I can't even believe they're like, even at like some of them are like 4,500. I'm like, what? That is insane for like a week after it's been again. Did not expect that.
Super cool.
Thank you. Yeah. And again, success is not for a channel is not always measured with views. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially for us because, kind of not as much doing Disneyland, but we do have a Disneyland res booked.
Yeah, we do.
We do. We're excited about it and it is going to cool off. So I feel like to be
fair, we had one book that we canceled.
Yeah,
because it was too hot.
It was too hot.
And we weren't going to.
No.
It was like, what's the point? We're just going to complain.
Yeah, and I don't want to complain.
No.
I want to go and be happy.
Yeah.
That's the idea, is to go and enjoy yourself and be happy. And that way it updates a lot of people on the park too, because a lot of people originally tuned in for that. So, but we also like doing that,
See what's going on.
Anyway, that being said though, 4th of July is coming. We are going to share with you whatever it is we end up doing.
Yeah.
Probably maybe a little more home, but we're going to celebrate.
Probably. I would say it'd be cool if we did a barbecue. Like, whoa, wow.
Groundbreaking.
Be more cliche.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, we're going to be cliche.
Heck yeah.
If you think about it, most holidays and the decorations and everything are like beyond cliche. It's like,
and it's great.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Right. It's like we have pumpkins, but we're also going to have pictures of pumpkins and a pumpkin man.
Yeah.
And it's
scarecrow. Yeah. It's the whole thing.
Does that seem like that would be a logical thing in a real world? No, but is it fun? Yeah.
And we're going to enjoy it.
Totally.
We're living our best life. But we're going to let you all go. Remember, if you've made it this far, please take a second to subscribe to our channel if you like hanging out with us. Maybe you watched us a few times in the past and you're still kind of deciding, do I want to actually subscribe?
I figured, if you watched this far, you definitely...
I think you made the cut.
Yeah.
I think you did.
I think we won you over if you watched this
Hopefully.
far. Or you're like this.
Or you're just shocked at how...
You just can't even you're like, what is it like? And that's fair. I totally go...
But that being said, we would love to have you, and we just appreciate you all taking the time out of your busy lives to come and spend it with us and support our channel. Remember, none of this would be possible without you.
That's right. With that said, thanks to our Patreons, our members, and you for watching. We will see you guys next time. Best life and beyond. Bye-bye, everybody.